everyone. It's Jen Mark with BUZZCAST podcast with the Ontario Athletic Therapy Association. I'm here today with Max Paola, and he's from Clinicmaster, and we're talking about virtual care, the ins and outs, why we need to use it, and what are the best ways that we can get virtual care to really benefit us. So Max, welcome today.
Thank you for having me, Jen. I appreciate it.
And Max, working with virtual care and the online platforms, why is it important for us right now to really get comfortable using virtual care?
Well, I think 2020 taught us a lot of things, right? COVID came and sort of changed the world. So it amplified it. I think virtual care was always important in my mind. We've added that to our platform for many years. I think it's important now because we understand that we have to stay connected even though we don't physically see each other. Virtual care allows that. It allows us to stay close to our patient, maintain the outcomes or the hope for the outcomes that we're trying to attain with our clients, even when we can't see them. And virtual care provides for that.
I think that's an important point. You talk about the outcomes with our clients to be able to continue their care.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why we do what we do, right? We're there to care for people. That's our primary goal for studying and committing to this field, which is something that has changed my life and altered my life. I was treated by an AT, and it definitely changed my life. He came at a point in my life that turned things around for me and actually started Clinicmaster. So yeah, outcomes is why we do it. Getting the patients to continue the treatment plan and stay the course is important. And when you can't be with them physically, virtual care provides that continuity.
That's right. And what a great way to do it.
Yeah.
What do we need to remember as athletic therapists about the client experience and how we can make it easy to work? What are some of the tips and tricks?
Well, I think, like I've been servicing this industry for 20 years now, but before that I was a patient, and staying connected to my practitioner is always been important to me. So the tips and tricks is to find a way to blend your plan of care with virtual care. So we all know obvious things, right? Why do patients stop coming to the clinic? When pain subsides, typically, or budget is affected, or comes into play, that the patient stops coming in to the clinic, or stops being seen. But that doesn't mean we've attained the outcomes we wanted to attain with them. Creating a hybrid solution with virtual care and a physical plan of care allows that to happen, allows us to extend the care plan, perhaps at a lower budget, and allows us to drive the outcomes that we're looking to drive for our patients. Virtual care is a great facilitator in my mind of that.
That's great. Those are such good, and the points on expanding and doing and blending it with our care, because as we know, athletic therapy with benefits, or even just no one has unlimited time or unlimited budget for something that's chronic.
And think of convenience, right? Another reason is convenience, right? So the patient, although, it could be budget, it could be pain, as I mentioned earlier, but sometimes it's convenience, just a hectic life. Mm-hmm. And to be able to check in with their AT and have a 15 or 20-minute session, give them some tidbits on exercises, what they should be doing and not be doing, is greatly beneficial to the patient experience, to the outcome. And we want that obviously for the patient themselves, but a satisfied patient is the key source of referral. We all know that. It impacts the bottom line of the clinic. It impacts the well-being of the patient. So virtual care is a contributor to that.
And I would imagine people who adopt virtual care, the therapists and clients are happy, and then they'll refer to someone who's pivoted and able to continue their care.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, whether we're believers in it or not, I don't think virtual care is going away anytime soon. COVID has taught the world that a lot could be done remotely. Yeah. So I think we need to reinvent ourselves, find ways to be able to stay in touch with those patients. Virtual care provides that. I think, coming back, Jen, to what you were saying about tips and tricks, it's organizing your day, organizing the content, organizing the session, make it more than just a phone call. Try to make it interactive, make sure that the virtual care that you're providing contains video. try to have educational content, not only telling them the exercises, but finding a way to provide visuals that will assist the patient, make the session engaging, make it worthwhile, and make it something that is truly beneficial to the practitioner and to the patient. And again,
that's a great point with the engaging, because I think that's what makes athletic therapy so strong, is the engagement factor.
absolutely. Engagement is parallel. It's so tied to proper outcomes, right? We all know that, it's one thing to get the patient to do the exercises when they're standing next to the AT in the clinic, but are they doing them at home? So
right.
even using virtual care as a checkpoint for that is key to getting those outcomes. And I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, I'm so passionate about this. I've seen it work. We've developed virtual care in our platforms 5 years before COVID hit. No one used it. Everyone thought it was crazy. But it's an unfortunate thing that it happened. But I think virtual care should be really considered as part of a treatment plan. Maybe not in all cases, but in many cases, you can augment the services that you're offering with your patients, to your patients through virtual care.
So tell me a little bit about that, about Clinicmaster's virtual care, and the benefits of using Clinicmaster.
Well, Clinicmaster has a lot of features in the software. The virtual care platform was originally designed to do exactly that. It's to complement the in-clinic care. It allows practitioners to have a one-on-one, PIPEDA secure or HIPAA compliant interface with the patient, so it's all secured. You can chat with your patient. You can have a video call with your patient. You can share files in session with your patient. You can even provide documentation through the telehealth service. So we provided an environment that is rich. We also have it as a seamless experience. So if the patient forgets that they have a virtual care session, they get a text message 5 or 10 minutes before. They click on the link in the text message. It connects them to the virtual care. If the practitioner is running late, patient ends up in a waiting room where they can see informational content provided by the clinic or the practitioner. So it's really made to be, a fluid extension of what we do in clinic. I think we achieved quite a bit in our platform. We also allow for group sessions in our virtual care and Clinicmaster. So I could go on and on, but it's more about virtual care than it is about Clinicmaster, I think, today.
Well, those group sessions are important to know too, because not a lot of platforms do that. And I think a lot of people learn really well in a group, especially with athletic therapy, with exercises and different programming.
Yeah, so out of the box, you can have up to 10 members, 10 participants, 10 patients with a practitioner in a group session with Clinicmaster. It could be extended, but then it gets a little bit crazy to try to manage which video you're looking at any point in time.
That's right.
We found 10 to be a good number to peak at.
Yeah, you can only keep track of so many people at a time. So Clinicmaster, you've developed this in the years ago. Obviously, you want this to not the pandemic to stay around, but you want the virtual care to stay around, integrating this into athletic therapist practice going forward into the future.
Absolutely. I think the industry, the patients, there's an expectation now that, unfortunately, COVID-19 came around, but there's an expectation that we can do things remotely. So we've built it as an integral part of Clinicmaster. Clinicmaster was originally conceived to help my AT. I don't know if people know my story, but after my ACL tear and surgery, I got a staph infection and was treated by an AT who literally brought me back to life, not only physical, but also emotional. I learned a lot about, what you guys do and the great impact you have on people's lives beyond mobility. So, the examples I often say is that, maybe a therapy sessions cost $100 to $200 a session, but what's the price of dancing with your daughter at her wedding?
Yeah.
So that's priceless. So you provide that. You provide this quality of life, and that's why we do what we do. We strive for outcomes, and virtual care is going to be a tool to assist you in those outcomes. It doesn't mean that you need to plan virtual care throughout your day. What I recommend that we do is we segment our day to in clinic time and virtual care time, where we could sit in front of a PC at a desk, maybe towards the end of the day or early in the morning. That's the way I would implement it in the clinic.
And that works really well probably for the rest of the world's schedule as well, early morning and the evening, that's when it's hard to get out. It's hard to leave the kids at home, or coming from a training session or something like that. So virtual care is also convenient for our clients who might not be able to get to you.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Excellent point. It provides continuity, and it's easy for everyone. It's easy for the practitioner. We can see multiple patients in an hour through a virtual care session, stay connected with them, and it provides great convenience to the patients themselves.
Yeah, which is fantastic. I
Yeah,
think you're right. I like it. I use virtual care, and I think it's such a I when the session is done and the person is able to do what they need to do in their own environment, they're just done. They don't have to battle traffic. They don't have to stress after you've just released their neck and their headache or something. They don't have to sit at a red light for 10 minutes.
absolutely. I mean, COVID being as prolonged as it has been, I think we're all, chomping at the bit to see one another again.
Mhm.
But then once life settles in, once again beyond, I think we'll remember the convenience of being able to do things remotely,
Yeah.
and to be able to complement in-clinic care with virtual care, providing the conveniences that you just mentioned, Jen, are absolutely going to be a success factor in how
Mhm.
your patients perceive their interaction with you. I strongly believe that.
And you must be seeing more with the platform, people being more ready for virtual care. At the beginning, I think back in March, a lot of people went, well, I don't know, I'll wait through. I don't know how it can be done, or I don't know how comfortable I am with it. I think everyone is over that. Would you agree?
Absolutely. You know what they say about necessity, right? It's the mother of invention. And that's what, COVID created necessity for us to think outside the box. So, we have a bunch of patients that are in pain. There's a lot of people that need us, but we can't see them, or we can't get to them, and they can't get to us. So
Hmm.
how do we provide that? It forces out of the box thinking. And through that out of the box thinking, we're understanding that, hey, there's still a lot we can do. We can stay connected. We can evaluate. More often than not, patients just want to be heard. And once you hear them, you can then, knowing what you know as ATs, provide them down a path,
Right.
providing exercises, providing them with tidbits of information goes a long way to complement what you can do physically.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely here to stay. And I think that anyone trying to resist it is just doing themselves harm. You shouldn't resist it. You should try to embrace it. This change is a permanent thing. It needs to be embraced and brought into your new thinking of how to plan. How do you create your care plan for your patient?
That's great advice. Thank you so much, Max. That's it for us today with BuzzCast. I'm Jen Mark, and I hope everybody has a really great day.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Bye bye, everyone.